Okay, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. I'm going to be doing another commentary on another battle. Contrary to popular belief, this is not a 1v1 land battle, this is a 2v2. I just can't get my numbers right. So I'm going to be playing as Swaby, accompanied by Kolkis, I believe that's Kolkis. And then we're playing against Pontus and Pergamon. It's a very plosive enemy. I don't know what that means. He's not getting artillery, if that helps. Anyway, we're going to be jumping straight into the commentary here. It's my first ever 2v2 online LAN battle. Land, not LAN. And we're going to be jumping straight into the commentary. So I'm going to run through the armies, give you guys a little setup. As you can see, we're forming a lovely little defensive line here. But again, that kind of gets thrown away because we don't end up defending. Right, anyway, scrap that. Crack on with the commentary. So I've got 2 units of Riders of the Hunt, and then 3 units of Noble Cav, and 1 unit of Noble Cav, which is my general. These 4 units of Cav I've got hidden in the forest here. Hopefully, was going to lure them down and bring them out. And then we've got I've got 4 units of Bowwomen. These guys are absolutely bomb. Honestly, they're awesome. Now I've got 6 units of Wolf Warriors. Love those units. I love the little pyramid shape, the little wedge shape that they go into. I find that quite fun. Anyway, I've got all my units pretty much just sort of waiting to go, looking like an arrowhead really to pierce into the enemy. And then my ally here has got 4 units of Horse Archers, 3 units of Noble Blood Cav, I think 3 units of Noble Blood Cavalry. I don't know why that banner's slightly smaller than the rest. Oh, sorry, 4 units of Noble Blood Cav, 3 units of Peltists, 2 units of Eastern Archers, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units of Cartly Axemen. Oh no, well, have we not got 7 units? Okay, 4 units of Cartly Axemen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Cartly Axemen. Come on, Mike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Cartly Axemen, and 2 units of Ordinary Axemen. That's the setup for us. As you can see, allies starting to push some horsemen up on the right flank. I am doing slow-mo just to run through this. I think the plan was obviously to play defensively, hence why I brought some deployables, but that plan changes over time. And then we're playing against, well, my enemies faced off against Pergamon, who have got 4 units of slingers, I want to say. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of Galatian swords, 2 units of Theros spears, and 2 units of Agema spears. Look like the Theros spears anyway. And then we've got 4 units of Hippias lancers and a unit of Noble Cav. Wow. And then they're supported by Pontus, who have got 2 units of Pontic Royal Cav, a unit of Scythian archers. And then obviously I'm Swaby, I'm flanked against Pontus here. Are they Kolkis? I think that's Kolkis anyway. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 units of 5 units of Eastern Spearmen. Their Cav is a Scythe Chariot, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of Pikemen. I think we've got some mix of Pike and Levy Pikes. And then we've got 2 units of Scythian Horse Archers here, and then we've also got 2 units of Pontic Royal Cav. So a lot of heavy shot Cav that the enemy's coming in with. I'm going to go ahead and jump into ordinary playtime here. Again, everything kind of all happens at once. You'll have to excuse me if I miss some of the action. I'm going to try and give you a basic rundown of what happens. You know, this happens, that happens, whatever. But with the speed of everything happening at once, we kind of, you know, we'll end up inevitably missing it. So yeah, as you can see, Pontus has got his horse archers coming over this way to square up against, I'm gonna say Kolkis. I might make myself look like a right idiot, but I think that's who he's playing as. Chimera? No, it's not Chimera. No, I'm gonna say Kolkis. Yeah, I think it is Kolkis. Okay. Anyway, he's got his units of Scythian horse archers coming up, and he's also bringing 2 units of Theros spears, which is a good decision, because meaning that he can't engage them with his melee cav, because these guys are going to absolutely destroy him if he does that. Not only is their range good, but their anti-cav capabilities are also pretty good. As you can see, I'm hitting the space bar here, bringing up my infantry line, taking my units out of wedge formation because, you know, it's not practical. But I really love the Swaby forces. You know, they've covered in fur, wolf armor. Like, yeah, their units look awesome, man. Really like the way they look. And I'm also bringing up my archers, my general, keeping him back, and then these units of cav back here. I've got them hidden still, but I think I do eventually move these. Actually, no, I do move these guys pretty soon. Pretty sure, anyway. What is going on with that guy's haircut? Hold on. That's an interesting... No, I've got to pause this, man. What is going on with his haircut? It's all, like, tied up and swept off to the side like some sort of sausage sack. Wow, that's strange. Anyway, like I say, I've got my my cav units coming out here. As you can see, he's only got 2 units of Royal Cav back here, bringing up his other cav to come and support. But I don't think he realises that I had those units there. So he's kind of playing without that knowledge. Quite lucky, obviously, bringing over that extra cav to support, because I do end up engaging that line. But you know, we're bringing up our infantry lines at the same time. Maybe a little bit too much of a gap here in the middle, but yeah. With my units of cav coming up here, I've also got some support from the horse archers from my ally. So very, very useful. We end up engaging his right flank here, as you can see. They're starting to react, starting to come towards us. I think obviously the 2 units of horse archers here are going to be quite an easy target for him. So I decide to bring up my noble riders, and actually also my riders of the hunt to try and counter that, because obviously he won't stand a chance against these 4 units of shot cav, if they can catch him, that is. Let's just show you guys the sun behind them. They look pretty cool, actually. We'll try and get a shot of this. Oh wow, beautiful. As you can see, Pontus bringing away his archers, trying to disengage from any kind of fight over there. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. Right, there we go. He's pushing forward with this shot cav, but luckily he's pulling back to my men, and I've got my my cav here ready to help if he does engaging. But I think he's within the range of my archers as well now, so he's probably going to want to withdraw. Yeah, perfect, just as forecasted. But that's the thing, these are very like missile cav. They're really not doing any damage against these heavily armoured heavy shot cavs. So, you know, he's got to use those guys probably a little bit more effectively. They're just, armor's just far too strong for it, kind of just bouncing off. Yeah, just wasting volleys. Probably wants to be using them on pikemen rather than their cav, but especially when their backs aren't turned. Right, and this is where the sort of first engagement of the battle happens, or the first physical battle anyway. End up having both our cav units smash into each other. I think I've still got 2 units free here, so luckily he swarmed that 1 unit. Meanwhile, obviously the the Colkiss's archers are just absolutely going to town here, shooting the backs of his men, and I can bring my spare cav round and just completely flank him. Obviously, like with the fact that I've engaged, well, he engaged first, I can then bring my men around, got a bit more flexibility, and kind of can take him on a little bit easier. You know, he's got 4 units of horse archers shooting into the back of the cav there, so he's managing to use those guys a bit more effectively. I mean, you can see that guy's got a bloody arrow stuck out of his shoulder, but he's still fighting. Wow, impressive, very, very impressive. Right, so we're gonna let that battle play out. I think eventually we'll start to see someone start to become the victor from that, but yeah, it's pretty crucial because there's a lot of cav units involved, and you can see Pergamon also bringing up his men. Oh yeah, managing to use my riders of the hunt there to take down his raw cav. Absolutely beautiful. Now I was kind of worried about these Eastern Spearmen, but if you look at their melee attack, there's only 13 points of damage, and their bonus against large units is 20, so they're really not much of an issue. As you can see, you know, he's got these guys isolated from his main cav units as well, who are also getting showered with arrows. So, you know, I'm really not too worried about these Eastern Spearmen anymore. They've got those big shields, but they're not really doing much against the archers either, so that's absolutely fine. I'm managing to use my light cav here, just to run down his and sort of harass his royal cav. You can see me absolutely going to town here. Yeah, okay, I didn't notice this one unit were routing, so they've only got a third of the men left, but they're still, yeah, well, not too bad. These guys were fairly cheap units, so it wasn't too bad. Anyway, that engagement's going pretty well over there. We've dominated pretty much the entirety of Pontus's cav, apart from 2 units of horse archers all the way over this left flank. No, their left flank rather. I think we were absolutely fine with it happening because they end up swinging these guys round all the way. But there's nothing really to worry about. Like, you know, it's nothing that my general can't handle, or even a couple of units of archers. So we end up just leaving them to it. And I think this is the last of Pontus's melee cav. Obviously, aside from his scythe chariots here. Yeah. Pergamon bringing up his cav as well, try and push away the horse archers here. I've got quite a few units of cav left, so I think 4 units of cav, all fairly decent health. So I end up just sort of holding them back, just waiting to see what happens. It's at this point now where I'm deciding, right, gonna start bringing up my archers, since I've got no threat from his cav, and just start slaughtering his pikemen, because obviously pikemen are very vulnerable to archer fire. I'm just picking these guys apart essentially, and yeah, absolutely ruining them. You see he's already down to 100 men, and this just one unit. Oof, wow, serious damage. I was thinking about spreading out the attacks, so having 1 unit on each, but I just wanted to destroy each unit really quickly, because the quicker they obviously lose men, the quicker their morale falls and the quicker they'll rout. So yeah, Pergamon's pretty immobile right now. He's also looking pretty Pergamon, sorry. Pontus is looking pretty weak, but Pergamon is looking pretty strong still. He's got those Theros spears, managing to get some shots off against the horse archers, but yeah, nothing really to worry about from Pontus. He's bringing up his men. Managed to rout that 1 unit here, and I've got a nice rear cav charge coming in from my riders of the hunt. Gonna start picking apart his men here. You see, what has he got? He lost 10 men, 11 men from that charge, and then I've got the shower of arrows just absolutely destroying these pikemen here. Yeah, my wolf warriors as well, haven't even started thinking about using them, so looking very strong on my part, I'll have to be honest. We'll get a nice capture of this engagement here. We've got these axemen, but yeah, these Eastern Spearmen are really not going to hold. I don't know what he was thinking bringing them. And then we've got Colchis and Pergamon going head to head as well over here. I think Colchis actually don't do that greatly against these Galatian swords. From what I remember, Galatian swords are pretty good. They're a very strong unit. They're a barbarian faction, or barbarian unit anyway. And yeah, he's getting absolutely ripped apart, so the pressure's on me here to kind of destroy my enemy. I'm managing to get some decent charges and shots off against these guys, although I'm a little bit concerned about these horse archers here, but other than that, like, absolutely tearing them apart. You see Pergamon bringing over some Hippias Lancers, trying to get some kills. He's doing well. He's got a couple of rear charges against my wolf warriors, but they're only shot cav. If I can bog them down in a head-to-head fight there, they're really not going to last too long. One thing I should have been doing with my cav here is utilising them, because obviously Pontus is pretty much destroyed now. I should have used these cav to go and help my ally, but you know, I think there was just so much going on at once that I was just like, yeah, I don't know what's going on right now. So So yeah, that's pretty much the last of Pontus's forces. Pergamon's got a unit of Hippias Lancers all the way over there. Theros Spears trying to get some shots off, but I'm going to try and re-establish another line here and then charge in and try and relieve Colgate. Oh, what is he doing? He's only got his archers or his pelters just sitting back here. I'll be withdrawing units, trying to pull them back behind my men. Obviously you can see that I've destroyed Pontus pretty much on my own, so yeah, maybe he should have brought some units away from this fight as we re-squared off against Pergamon, but we can't be perfect. I've got my wolf warriors starting to get engaged in fights here. I've got my archers as well, pretty much all still intact, and lots of ammo still. So just gonna start getting loads and loads of shots off against Pergamon. Beautiful, nice. Well, we've got a unit of axemen here. I think that's pretty much like the only unit he's got left. He's got some horse archers back there doing some damage, but yeah, not a lot. And so at this point, I think, right, I've got to start pushing my infantry line up. So over here, got my wolf warriors ready to take on his Galatian swords. I think his Galatian swords, obviously they're routing, but I don't know if mine could have won against them in a head-to-head fight. Probably would have been a bit tough, but they've got a lot less attack. So yeah, I've got a massive clump of Pontic troops here. So yeah, there we go. They're routing now. Starting to bring up my infantry lines. Got my archers shooting off against these guys here. As you can see, it all kicked off at once. It was very, very hard for me to capture it all at once. But I think it's at this point you can definitely see the tides turned on Pergamon. He's got next to nothing left really. This big clump was probably a big. So maybe he should have started to withdraw units when he saw me squaring up. He should have probably just pulled back rather than sending units in one by one, because that's what it kind of felt like. He's got such a massive army left after destroying my opponent, or my ally, sorry. He should have probably pulled some units back, reaffirmed his line, and then charged against me. So I think he still did have some decent cav left, but yeah, as you can see, it's pretty much falling apart for him. He's got, these 4 units left. Try and get a nice view of this. Oh, the showers of arrows pouring down on those slingers that are routing. Nice. Very nice. Whew. And that's that. Easy. Right. We'll end the replay here and we'll load up the previous scores. What have we got? It was Colchis. Yes, sorry, it was Colchis. It's just that I wasn't actually too sure. Once again, I only brought 1400 to this battle. Everyone else bringing a lot more units. I was focusing on quality rather than quantity. I think that kind of showed with the infantry line. I got the most kills out of everybody and the least deaths as well. So trying to minimise loss and maximise the damage that I was doing. As you can see, these Eastern spearmen. What a waste, honestly. You brought 5 units of Eastern spearmen and they got 1, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22 kills between them. That is... No. I was looking at that pikeman. They got 1, 2, 3, 4... They got 7 units between them. And this general didn't get any kills. Oh, Christ. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, YouTube. Definitely a fun one to play. Actually, I'll tell you what, Pergamon did do quite well against my opponent. Got a lot of kills against Colchis, but probably got the most kills against myself, actually. Yeah, good battle anyway. I'm going to be trying to bring out a few more sort of... Oh, is it a Pyrrhic victory? I don't know. I'm going to try and bring out a few more episodes in this online battle series, and yeah, hopefully sort of contribute a bit more towards that. I'm also going to be trying to pick up some episodes in the other game series, so like Skyrim and Minecraft as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Stay tuned for a few more. I've definitely got a few more saved anyway. But yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks for watching. I'm thinking out loud. All that negativity.